Well, one of our Scandinavian users has an issue with text height when using the MTEXT command. Let's illustrate by saying draw, and we'll insert some multi-line text. We're asked to specify the first corner, and we'll do that. I've got some text in a box, and what you see is just a line. We have to zoom in to see the piece of text. So let's select that text and just have a look over here in the properties box and see its character height is 250. Let's erase that. Let's go into format and text styles, and what I've done is create another style called Hager Design, which has fixed text height. While we're at it, we'll actually change the width to 0.8 just to illustrate how you can control things by making that particular text style current. And now when I repeat what we did before, draw text, multi-line text, and specify our first corner and do that, in goes the text, and it goes in at the correct height. If I select it, that height is 250. So that if you set a style such as that in your template drawing, you really won't have to worry about getting a result similar to this one, where you just get the fixed height that's there in the standard version of gCADPlus. Well, you can adopt a very similar style and set dimension styles that work just a little better for you, and just ring the changes as needed, and the dimension styles live in the drawing, and these can live in a template file. So to illustrate, if we look over here, this is in a dimension style called kleiner or smaller, and if we pick this dimension here, it's a style called 150, and you can argue that the text height here and the offset's not quite what you want, so it becomes a very easy matter to set the dimension style, say of one of them, change it from 150 to a new one, 100, and you can see what happens. We've now got an offset which you may or may not want, and the text height is reduced. So then to apply that to the other dimension styles, just pick that one and then work your way around applying them, and we now have a more convenient way, I think, of applying dimensions where things are a little tight. So we're doing exactly the same approach. It's not in the format drop down, but it's in the dimension style drop down, and then we can get a list. Currently there's one we just created called 100, another 150, and kleiner or smaller, and then standard. So you can add these dimension styles and play with setting their units and offsets and so on. Well, you may have noticed that when we set a smaller dimensioning style, let's do it again, back to 100, you may notice that when we used match properties, I selected the style to match and then went around and individually clicked on each dimension. You don't have to do that. You can use a crossing window as I'm doing now, and that will save some drafting time.